Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tales from the Fog. I'm your host, Casey, and with me, as always, is the amazing and wonderful Veronica. How are you doing?
Greetings! I just wanted to bring it up a little bit.
From the last 3 intros we just tried to do?
Oh my god, you guys. Look, we're really trying to grow, expand, try new things, with the podcast, with the format sometimes. Well, we also like to do that with the equipment. And we got this amazing new machine that we're still learning how to use. And so we got it to work. We think it sounded okay, but it was really weird listening to my own voice in the headphones, so I took them off. But I guess it sounded okay. And then the battery died. And we have crappy batteries right now, and we couldn't get it to work. So, back to...
Well, the battery died.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to replace it with brand new, fresh batteries out of the drawer. Pop those suckers in. 3 bars, battery's full, start recording, boom, down to 1 bar. So I don't know why that was.
No, and I was in the middle of a rant about rock climbing or something.
Yeah.
And then Casey looks down like, oh,
We're
it's
not
off.
Recording.
Hey, man.
So now we're back to the old school way, and then we'll figure it out.
I'm sure. Now I'm super conscious about what can be picked up on the microphone.
Yeah, that totally probably got picked up.
Probably. Ugh. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
What's up?
Well, we did a lot of sweat breaking this weekend. We went not hiking. We did go hiking, but that was on Thursday. We went rock climbing on Saturday at Hangar 18 in Fullerton. No, in Riverside.
You'll get it eventually.
You know what? I know where I am.
Do you?
Yeah, mostly. Sometimes. Anyway, it was cool.
Yeah, so we had a lot of fun. And then today we went and did some sliding. Not as awesome as last practice, but it was still all right.
It is more fun when more people go. This is true. But we had a good group. And we pushed ourselves. We pushed each other. Played a couple of games with the little hippity hop sticks that we brought. It was really quiet because there was no music there.
Yeah, that's kind of a change of pace. But yeah, I mean, it's hard when there's few people there because you tire out so fast because, usually you're like waiting for people to do tricks and do stuff, and then when there's only 3 people there, it's just like, okay, let's do this, and then all of a sudden you're like, man, I am tired.
Yeah, you guys out quicker. But it still kind of had its charm. We had visitors for the first time ever at the rink. We had 3 ducks visit us, and from the way that they came in, we believe that they thought that the shiny dark blue surface that is the skating rink was a pond.
Yeah, and the poor little suckers skidded on their asses across the cement because they came in landing like they were going to land in water.
Yep, so landing gear was tucked. Their little belly butt thing was aiming down, and they hit the pavement, and they kind of bounced a little bit. Those poor baby ducks.
Oh, my God.
They weren't babies. They were full. And they had that excuse me, I apologize. But they always have that one where there's like 2 boys and a girl.
Yeah.
And if that's, the way you rock and roll, then that's totally groovy. But
what do they call that, a triad?
I guess. But unless one of them was a unicorn, I don't know. But they were adorable and a lovely sight because I love ducks. I think they're the cutest things in the world. I either love ducks because they remind me of dachshunds, or I'm not really sure which way it goes. Or I think dachshunds look like ducks.
I just like the way they try to, like, when they walk, they get this weird, like, waddle thing going on, and it's just funny.
It's adorable. And then they kept slipping.
Yeah, they couldn't walk.
Because the whole surface is wax, which is why it's all shiny.
Think if you know Monty Python, think of the Minister of Silly Walks. Do what he did with ducks, and that's basically what the show we got.
It was so cute. So I got a little bit of video of it, and I'll post it later on my Instagram, Veronica Voices. Yeah.
Yeah. So what else is going on?
Hey, man. I love sweatpants.
Do you?
I know I'm a little late to the game when it comes to sweatpants. But look, I'm learning. I'm growing. I get it. So I've been into the The yoga pant, the yoga pant that everyone makes fun of and hates because usually you can see your underoos through it. Well, I liked those yoga pants. But I noticed something that about a year ago when we started working out like crazy people, I guess it'd be more than a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I noticed that the top parts of these pants were getting smaller and smaller. And I thought, well, maybe I'm just getting chubby. And then I realized, no, idiot, it's because you're building a whole lot of leg muscle and it's starting to stretch out the fabric. So I went to Google and I seriously, I typed in sweatpants because I didn't know where to go from this. Like, was I doomed to have these skinny leg pants forever? Or, were there options for people like me? And it turns out that there is. And it's the new cool, like, I'm going to guess hipster way that people wear pants. I don't know. But they're like baggy in the top and then they kind of taper down at the bottom.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
They reminded me of MC Hammer pants a little bit, but a little bit more tailored. So I bought a pair. And I loved them so much that I bought 2 more pair. And now I have 3 of the exact same pair of pants that are sweatpants. And I may not wear anything else ever again.
Okay. I still just wear shorts.
You do. Well, we were talking about this before. You have a uniform. And that's a t-shirt with some really cool graphic on it. And a pair of shorts.
Yep.
Usually plaid. Sometimes not. You do like to shake it up a little bit there. But you've got your uniform, your outfit that, if someone were to draw you from memory, you'd probably have that outfit on, right? So I was thinking, well, I kind of wanted one. I want a uniform, because like your uniform changes. When I was 20, my uniform was a super bizarre goth outfit. Early 30s, it was all, probably like something Melodia Designs or like some fancy belly dancy thing that somehow had been morphed into daily wear. And now, in mid-30s, I'm like, I really just want to be comfortable. And if my colors jive with each other, then all the better. But I just want to make it through the day. I want to live. I want to live long enough to go to bed. And I don't have a priority much on what I wear anymore. I like cute stuff, but it's not like the driving force of my existence. So if I find something like sweatpants that are cute and fashionable and could be worn in public because of celebrities. They all like to romp around in their track shorts or whatever.
So let's talk about stuff that we've done.
I bought pants.
I know.
I bought 3 pairs of sweatpants.
About the pants.
You guys, these sweatpants.
Where you wore pants to? The Ready Player One challenge maze.
Oh my, are we going back that far?
Yeah, that happened after our last podcast, so we have to talk about it.
Tell us about that.
We went and did the Ready Player One challenge maze.
And where was it?
It was in downtown Hollywood near, Hollywood and Vine. Pretty much like the same spot they did the It maze.
Was it really like the exact same place?
Yeah, exact same spot.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty much like the build a thing to promote your movie spot now. So I don't know if like a production company bought that lot specifically to do that, or like if like maybe an advertising company bought that spot in order to like promote movies and stuff. But yeah, I mean, they've had 3 things there now.
What was the first one?
Well, the first one was It.
Okay.
The second one was that re-release thing of the horror movies. And he went through scenes from like Frankenstein and Wolfman and crap like that. And then now they had the Ready Player One challenge maze.
It's very clever, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to advertise. Whether or not it actually gets people to go see the movie, I don't know.
It didn't work for us. But we don't go to movies. We should, but we don't.
I want to see it in the movies. But the thing is like, our time is so crunched that by the time we actually have a day that we can go to see a movie, the movie we wanted to see is no longer in the theater. Because movies last in the theater for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And then it's gone. And then like 3 weeks later, it's on streaming and we can just get on the TV.
Yeah, that's typically how it goes. So the Ready Player One challenge was super cute. It was very organized, and I liked watching them, how they piece everything together with them. Because you walk through the thing, and I guess it's supposed to know where you are. I didn't pick up any sense of that after I got the bracelet, but they give you this bracelet that it's supposed to be like RFID?
Yeah.
So,
The only thing that it's doing, as far as I could tell, is it's tracking your time. So as soon as you enter the maze, the idea is, like, we thought it was more of an escape room experience. It wasn't exactly that. But the idea is you're searching for these 3 keys, right? So you're going through the maze and you're looking for these 3 keys. And it was kind of sort of a real maze. Like, there were some dead ends, but it wasn't really a maze. Like, you were pretty much led to where you need to go.
Yeah.
But, so from, I guess, I mean, we can spoil it. It doesn't exist anymore. So you start off in the trailer park from the book or the movie, if you've seen the movie, where, like, the trailers are kind of stacked up on top of each other. And you go into a van, which is one of the kids' like hacker van. And so you go into the van. That's the start of the maze. So they actually open up the double doors to the back of this like old Chevy Econo wagon van, and you go into it. And I believe that's when the timer starts. So as your RFID thing goes through there, it starts the timer for you.
Okay.
Then you got to go and through all the different rooms and find the keys. And then when you go into the Oasis, after you find the 3 keys, when you go through that hallway, that's when it turns your timer off.
Okay. But for what purpose?
There's online. So you put your name in and everything, and they scan the bracelet so that RFID tag is hooked to your name.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go online and they have a leaderboard and like who's done it the fastest.
Oh, okay, yeah. Now I remember you talking about the leaderboard.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of thing, like, why? It would take you 12 seconds to crawl into those 2 doors of the van and then walk over to where the Oasis is.
Not find the keys. You have to find the keys. They don't let you in until you have the keys, or 20 minutes. So,
but I mean,
the fastest one I saw was 5 minutes.
Like, one of the keys, you look down and you see the key. And another one, I mean, it was...
But you don't just look down and see the key. You actually have to do something in order to get the stamp.
But to do the thing, you have to rely on the person working there cueing you to do the thing. So I guess it's out of your control.
Yeah.
It was neat. What was your favorite part?
There was a couple cool things. There was this really cool hallway that they did where it was like a strobe. Not strobe. What was it? It was like a weird hallway. So normally you go into a mirrored hallway. Let's go all the way back to the old school Scary Farm and like Alien Attack, right?
Ooh.
Do you remember they had that weird hallway that was mirrors, and there weren't any dead ends, but the way that it was S-curved around and stuff, it just made it look like there were millions of possibilities and ways to go. And then like a monster could kind of stand in one spot, but you'd see him in like 30 spots, and you're like, where's the monster?
Yeah.
So something kind of like that effect, but instead of putting the mirrors on the wall, they hung these like 4-inch wide, maybe like 6 foot long mirrors from the ceiling. And so you're pushing through these mirrors, and then the effect on your brain was just weird.
It was great because it made your eyes focus far away and then close up so often and so quickly.
Yeah.
That it almost kind of pulled you into the bizarre 3D effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was like this weird effect going on that I just absolutely loved. Like,
the way that you were talking at first, I thought you were talking about the hallway with the neon tubing and the mirrors.
no,
The one I have the
that
video
was
of it on my
also
Instagram.
really cool. Like, it was kind of like the Tron room or something.
Yeah, it had the same kind of thing. It wasn't Hall of Mirrors in a way that there were like all the triangle angles and stuff like that, but it was just a big, like a rectangular, tube you walked through.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that the LED lights or whatever tubing lights were set up, and the way that all the mirrors were facing in the wall, it really just looked like it went on like neon for days.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also had some really cool like media tunnel, like 2 of them maybe that we walked through.
Oh, yeah.
One going at the finale going into the Oasis, and then one pretty early on in the maze that it was almost like if you've been to Universal Studios, like the King Kong 360 or the Fast and the Furious ride, but shrink it down to like a hallway in a haunt maze. and it was just it was actually, you know what, it was like if you remember the People Mover at Disneyland, they had the Tron section where it made it feel like your tram with little People Mover was like driving really fast.
Yep.
That was kind of the same effect that you got in here, because it was like kind of just these really cool graphics flying by you on the side, and so when you went down the tunnel, you just had this weird sense of speed, even though you're just walking. But it's cool.
It was really cool. I was impressed from the outside. It's designed not to look like much, but then once you go inside, you see all the cool stuff that they've got set up, and it was very pleasing.
Yeah, but so there was a few things, like there were some really cool stuff, but you can tell that the people that designed it don't often design that kind of attraction.
How could you tell?
Just because the way that it was laid out and the way that the flow of everything, it felt very, I don't even know how to describe it. Like there was a lot of parts where there was no reason for you to go into that area unless you specifically just said, I want to go into that area. Because it was almost like, am I even allowed to go over there? Like it wasn't designed to be inviting to have you just explore it.
Right.
You had to kind of get out of that mindset, like, you know, you go through a haunt maze and you see like the curtains and you're like, okay, those are emergency exits. But in this, because it was supposed to be like a real maze, like you'd go into like the hallway with the mirrors, like I don't think many people even went over there because there was no reason to go over there other than just to explore and have fun.
Yeah, to think maybe there's another room over there or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no reason. It kind of like, it was a T. Like it was a lane to get into the thing, and then you got into it in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And you can either go right or left, and they both had dead ends.
Yeah.
Like there was just nothing, there's no reason to be in there.
Yeah, there was no reason. It's just like, all right.
But it looked really cool, and it was fun, and like finding out that it was two dead ends, like there was no end.
Purpose of it.
Yeah, it was just there. It was like, oh, okay.
That almost made it a letdown because it didn't go anywhere. Like it felt like if it would have gone somewhere, it would have been almost like the rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, oh my God. And then it's like, holy shit, there's a thing.
Yeah,
some kind of
something.
Easter egg or something.
Exactly.
But it didn't pay off.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, I mean, I think it would have done better if they would have, instead of trying to make it like a real maze, it would have been better if they did it more like an escape room, because the whole point of it was to find these keys, right? So it would have been cool if they did it sort of, 17th door style or something where you're in a timed room. And so everything is very timed. So you have your entry area in front of the van. You go into the van / that first room, and you have X amount of seconds in that. Once that's done, the door opens, you move on to the next section. Next group gets loaded in, and just make it like a timed room event. So it's like an escape room, but not necessarily you have to actually, if you find the key, you find the key. If you don't, you're getting pushed to the next room.
Right. I mean, that's an opportunity to live out one of the scenes from the movie with a little bit of interaction and everything. Like you have to solve the problem of that scene, of that moment, and then you go into the next one where you can have little mini, events happening in all the different rooms.
Yeah, I think that would have been more interesting. But I liked it. It was a lot of fun.
Do you think the way they did it had more capacity than doing it escape room style?
Yeah, but I don't know how busy it got, because we went during the week, so it wasn't.
Yeah.
I can't judge, but it was only really open one weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I guess they were just trying to put in as many people as possible.
Yeah, I guess so. But I think, I don't know, to me, there were better ways. Even if they didn't do the escape room thing, make it more like a haunt maze where there's not dead ends.
Or like a walkthrough.
So you can experience everything and not feel like, because like I said, there's a lot of people that didn't see stuff. But the other cool thing was the interactivity of it, which was something that I don't think a lot of people understood. Like a lot of people were just walking through, let's check it out, and then they're like, that was it. But the idea is each of these rooms, there was Easter eggs. So if you hunted around, Steven Spielberg directed it. So if you look, there was like, a stack of VHSs and the top one was E.T. And then there was like little hints to the book. There were hints to things you're going to see in the movie. And then on top of that, they had like old school arcade machines just kind of randomly throughout the maze. And you could stop and actually play it. They were all plugged in. They were all working. And you could like play Pac-Man or whatever.
Oh, were they actually working?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I only saw the computers at the end.
Yeah, the computers at the end had some cool games on them too. But yeah, all those arcade machines worked. I played Asteroids, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
How cool.
I don't know what you were doing, but I played some Asteroids.
Probably looking at the records like a hipster. I don't know. I did wonder what kind of collection they had, though.
Yeah.
But I know nothing about vinyls, other than like what they look like. So, yeah, Ready Player One was fun. We got to go see the movie.
We will. I love the book. I can't wait to see the movie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What did we do? Did we do anything haunt or entertainment related? Oh, wait, we did.
What did we do?
We went to Hollywood Babylon.
Oh, we did go to Hollywood Babylon.
That
For all
was
you people
fun.
that listen to the Kevin Smith and Ralph Garman podcast.
We went to... So, for the longest time, not that we thought that something horrible was going to happen to Kevin Smith, but I kept thinking, I really want to take Casey to see this show before either they don't do it anymore because they're too busy or, God forbid, something health-wise happened.
That kind of happened to us with the Thrilling Adventure Hour. We're like, we're going to do it, we're going to do it, we're going to do it. And then, like, they stopped doing them live. And it's like, oh, man.
Case in point. So I really wanted to go to this show. And I couldn't pull it together. Either we didn't have the money, timing didn't work out, whatever it was. Then they were traveling a lot. And then I didn't hear about Babylon for a while. And I thought, well, this is it. But then... I was going to take Casey for our anniversary, which was just about a month ago. And that fell through too. And then we found out about Kevin Smith's heart attack. And I was like, oh my God, well, I totally blew my chances to ever, go see Babylon. But, he pulled through like a ninja. And we caught them on his second Babylon since the heart attack.
Yep.
And it was great.
It was a great show,
fun.
yeah. It was a lot of fun.
It's really neat. Members of the Garmy, about Ralph Garman has his own podcast that he does every day. And in that podcast, his demeanor is much more real, is like what I imagine he is as a normal, just a regular, everyday kind of person.
Yeah.
Like, he talks about his opinions, for whether you like it or not. He talks about it. He talks about his family, all that cool stuff. With Babylon, he's the asshole. And I was so used to the Ralph Report cadence of the way that he talked, and then going to Babylon, I was like, wow, he's being kind of a dick. And it took me a minute to realize, oh my God, that's who he is on this podcast.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's kind of like the same character that he played on K-Rock.
Yeah.
That's kind of the idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very much a character.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
I mean, it's him being a dick, but he's doing it for the sake of being a dick, not because he really talks down to Kevin Smith or anything like that.
It's more like just for jokes.
Yeah.
Be funny.
They're just trading punches. But it was really fun. It was so cute to watch the way Kevin Smith is stoned and he talks. it was like he's looking at all the lights and like he doesn't ever look at anybody. He just like kind of
He really
cruises.
does check, like, while he's you can see that he's like kind of perusing the audience, but at the same time he's like, you can see the gears in his head kind of like thinking about what he's gonna say.
And it makes me wonder, like, if that contributes to his amazing storytelling. He can tell a story just, off the top of his head verbally, but it could be because he's playing so many hands in advance that it's super comfortable by the time it gets to him and he says it.
Maybe.
Or he's just that far along in the conversation, or he's that baked, We'll never know. But it was super entertaining, super funny, and I'm really glad that we went.
So have you heard back from anybody that we
let's check.
texted?
Let's check. No, because both numbers that I have don't work anymore.
Oh.
So I don't have an answer. So
All right, well then we will just kind of talk about it. but not really talk about it.
Yeah, if we get permission in the future, then we'll address it. But
Yeah.
basically, we could say what has been posted on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about the. All right, so basically, we'll just start off with saying that we did the Black Market Escape Rooms Murder Co. By John and Ted. John and Ted invited us to be their guinea pigs and test the attraction out on us and a couple of our friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an escape room, so we're not going to talk about anything that happens inside other than what's already been posted. So basically, the idea of this attraction is that you are going in to this secret society, and you're basically going to I don't even know if I can say that part of it.
You're going to partake in the festivities that this party typically enjoys.
Yes, and you also get to pick your artist. So we didn't get to pick our artist because we were guinea pigs and we kind of just got what we got. But from what we can tell, I've seen at least 3 different ones.
Oh, nice. I don't think that's giving too much away because I think that they addressed that in the preview.
Yeah, they do talk about that in the preview.
Okay. So not giving anything away.
It's not giving that away. But overall, what was your impression of your adventure through Murderco?
I was impressed.
Were you?
Yes, because when you know somebody personally, you just think of them as that person, and it doesn't often stretch beyond that. But then I know how successful Ted is, and I know how successful John is, and seeing them both together do this thing that was a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Building a business, for one, and then having something where it requires constant work and upkeep like that, and such an interesting market to explore right now. I mean, that is a big deal. And seeing these 2 guys accomplish that was pretty freaking awesome. So not only that, I mean, I would have supported it no matter what, but it's actually good. And it's clever. And it's creepy. And it's smart.
Yeah. Well, I have to say that, so we didn't get to pick our artist, but if we had to pick one, I think they picked the one that was perfect for our group.
Yes.
So I don't know if they like just knew us really well and were like, this is the one we're going to give him. But absolutely perfect.
It could have been maybe a complexity level, or, I mean, it could have been any number of reasons.
Yeah. It could have just been like, that's the one that was available that night to come in.
Could be. Hey, man.
Either
Show
way,
business.
Either way, our artist was awesome. And then I have to say that the acting level, like as far as haunted attractions go, so escape rooms don't tend to have actors. So that's something that's interesting in and of itself for this attraction. But we can't really compare escape room actors to escape room actors because there's just not really that many that have anybody that does that.
I've seen one host.
We did one with a host who was really just there for hints, and
he
did have a character.
Yeah.
And then there was what was the one in LA? Like, don't get killed by the zombie or something. And basically there was a zombie chained to the wall in this attraction, and the idea was every time you solved a puzzle, it actually lengthened the chain on the zombie, and so he could move farther and farther around the room the farther you progressed through the maze or through the attraction.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it was cool. That's a cool idea. But that's another one that had an actor. But rarely do you see any. I don't think I've ever seen one with multiple actors. So that was really unique in and of itself. But then the acting level, if we compare it to even haunted attractions, far surpassed
beyond
anything in a haunted attraction.
Yeah, you can tell.
Just amazing acting. And I don't know how much of it was improv and how much of it was written and how long they worked on the scenes that unfold. But brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I was impressed with the longevity of having to I mean, it's an hour long. So everyone involved has to spend that much time there.
Yeah.
But the level of energy from, minute 1 to minute I won't tell you what, never wavered. It was constant, and it was engaging. Like, you couldn't wait to see what was happening next. It was like watching an awesome movie.
So that was really cool. I loved the sets. I think the sets was really neat, and the way you moved through the different environments was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it wasn't... you don't want to give anything away, so I don't want to say anything, but...
nothing about what makes it interesting in that regard.
But yeah, absolutely awesome. Highly recommend it. So go to blackmarketescaperooms.com and book yourself a ticket. It is 18 and over. Okay, so here's the thing. We were their guinea pigs. So we were a test audience. Not everything was working when we went through as far as stuff. I don't want to say, because I know what it was supposed to be. So in my head, visually, I was thinking, okay, this would happen, and this would happen, and this would happen. So I don't want to say what would actually happen. But as far as, there's nothing McCamey Manor or 17th Door-ish. Like, I mean, John's already said this, so you don't have to eat anything. You're not going to get, like, soaked or dropped in water or anything like that. It's like a legit escape room, but there is gore effects, and there is adult language and themes. So just keep that in mind, because it is 18 and over, so you can't take the kids. But if you're afraid that it's going to be a very physical, contacty type thing, or a really gross type thing, it's not gross in any way that pertains to you. There's nothing that you need to do that's going to gross you out.
Basically, I mean, none of this is anything that they haven't covered already in one form or another, but if you find yourself sensitive in any way to anything, cover your bases and just visit the website. And they'll have the same, basic description of those items as we would have, or, they had in the videos. So, if that's a concern, then just read up on it on the website and learn about them, learn about the guys who built it, learn about the story. It's, the more you know, the more fun it is anyway.
Yeah. They're definitely, like, the trailers and stuff set it up really well. Mm-hmm. So go check out the trailers. But yeah, I mean, I was ridiculously impressed. It's hard to say, like, a first attempt, right? Because neither of them, it's not really their first attempt.
No, not really.
But it's their first attempt doing it on their own without the support of a theme park and that kind of a budget. Mm-hmm. So when you take that kind of thing away, where they don't have to worry about the money as much, and they just kind of have to make sure what they build is within their budget that they already have set aside.
Yeah. And
this is something that they built on their own. It's still mind-blowing. Like, it's still like, wow, it's so cool.
It makes it all the more impressive.
Yeah.
Because of the level of depth in the attraction.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, man, they did that.
Yeah. So I'm super excited. We're already going to go back and see it running 100% eventually. Mm-hmm. We want to give them some time to work through the rest of the kinks and all that stuff. But we really want to see it. The only problem is it's an escape room, so we're going to have to bring people that haven't been, so that we can just watch them try to figure everything out and be maybe the hints if they need a hint or something. But
maybe. But it's something we'd have to work out.
We'd be more of like a passive audience rather than part of it.
Yeah.
But the pacing was really good. There was that feeling of needing to get out, like the
sense of urgency.
Urgency was there.
Yeah.
And I think some of the acting really helped play to that. But yeah, I'm super excited for them, and I can't wait to see, now that they've learned, I'm sure, a lot in the process of doing this and figuring out how to operate it and all the things they had to do. Whatever they come up next for their second attempt is gonna be ridiculous, like game changing maybe.
I hope so. If anyone's capable of it, I know that you are, and I know that they are.
Yeah.
So when are you going to open your haunted house?
Coming this fall. No.
Ooh! When we turn our 3rd-story apartment into the most epic haunted house. Tonight at 9.
3 square feet of terror.
It's already like that. We should have charged more.
Gosh, I can't think. What else have we been up to?
Let's see. That's it. We covered everything I had written down.
Awesome.
For the record, sweatpants was written down. It meant so much to me that I made sure to mention it on the podcast.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
The Boysenberry Festival happened, so if you went, congratulations. Hope
Is
you
it
enjoyed
over?
it. It is over.
We didn't get Knott's passes this year, and kind of sad.
I might buy them
Yeah.
just for the haunt pass.
Yes, I
you
agree.
know. So I don't know if I'll
Maybe.
just buy the haunt pass or if I'll buy the Knott's pass.
What's the price difference?
Not a whole lot.
Hmm.
Like if you buy the pass and add the haunt thing onto it, it's only like a couple bucks more.
Well, if you do the 6 months thing, do you have to like pay 6 months worth in 3 months in 2 months because we've already gotten to April, or like can you
I don't know. I think I just pay cash for them rather than do the 6-month thing.
Look at you, Moneybags.
I know, right?
I know. Wait a minute. That means I'm Moneybags. This changes everything. Anyway, is there anything else that you want to
I'm trying to think.
chat
I
about?
don't. There's Friday the 13th coming up, so
Ooh, when?
I don't know. But the asylum up in Apple Valley, they do a Friday the 13th thing. So
Cool.
you know, you can check out their website.
I have news that has nothing to do with the haunted industry. The Dachshund Dip and Dine, 11th annual, I believe.
Not Dip and Dine.
No, I'm sorry. The Wine
Wiener-
Country Wiener Fest.
Wine Country Wiener Fest at Pomona Winery in Temecula.
Yes. More on the Dip and Dine later, because that's an actual thing. I didn't make it up, but it's later in the year. So yes, Mount Palomar Winery
Yeah.
is hosting the Wine Country Wiener Fest. That is organized by my cousin Jim, the super smart guy. One of the super smart guys that's been on our podcast. And we probably talked about airplanes or something, or UFOs. And he's the one who introduced us to Corey, who we
Yes.
need to follow up with. But he and his wife are the founders of the Temecula Valley Dachshund Club. And they are really a social club, but they've ended up doing a lot of charitable work and foster work and fundraising and all these super cool things. And it's for animal rescue. And if you're like us, you super love animals. So shout out to the Temecula Valley Dachshund Rescue, or Temecula Valley Dachshund Club, and all the rescues that they support. But they're putting on this event, and it is a huge event, and it's beautiful. And it's
Yeah.
a really fun way to surround yourself with wiener dogs.
Yeah, so you can go to Palomar Winery and on Sunday. It's on next Sunday, and I don't know, like 300 wiener dogs.
A lot of dachshunds show up. I don't know how many.
It's a lot.
Wait a minute. What's the date of that next Sunday? The 15th?
Something like that, yeah.
Step back 2 days and it makes it the 13th?
Mm-hmm.
That means this month is Friday the 13th.
Oh, well, there you go. This month,
Hey!
next Friday,
We did
or
math.
this Friday when it comes when the podcast comes out.
Yeah.
So there you go. This Friday, you can go to the Insane Asylum, and then on Sunday, you can go hang out with a bunch of wiener dogs at the Palomar Winery. You can have some wine, pet some puppies, watch some dachshund races, and maybe adopt a puppy.
It's truly therapeutic to go there and pet a puppy who needs a home. And if you're there and you see that puppy and it starts giving you kisses and you're like, well, you're my dog now. And that's how people get dogs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were able to raise thousands of dollars for charity and for the dog rescues. And it's super sweet to see all those puppies.
Yeah. And it's awesome to watch weenie dogs race.
They're so cute with their little flappy
I don't
ears.
know. Are we going to put Willow in the races again this year, or are we going to let her chill out?
Didn't, because I thought we had to leave early to go to slider practice. So I didn't enlist her. I mean, there's still time. I know the guy running the thing, so I could just let him know. But no, I wasn't planning on registering her. I was just going to
bring her,
let her walk around. And I didn't want us to be, not forced because I love being there, but if we had somewhere to be, I didn't want to have to stick around longer than what was ideal. So, no, I didn't. I mean,
all right, so you can't watch Willow the Wonder Wiener race.
Oh, Willow the Wonder Wiener.
But you can watch many, many, many other amazingly fast dachshunds race.
And Fritzinator, he's the mascot, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or he's the demonstrator.
The demonstrator.
He's wonderful.
But yeah, it's a fun time. Nothing like getting drunk and watching some wiener dogs race.
The drunk, it's present. It's definitely there.
And the cool thing is the only time that the winery allows you to bring your own picnic. So you can bring beer, you can bring food, you can lay out a nice blanket on the grass and just hang out and have a good time if you don't want to eat at the restaurant. Because the event is so big and it's such a big thing for the winery, they actually let you bring your own food and everything in, so you can do that.
Yep, they're making their money,
for
sure. But I don't recall the website, but if you are in the Southern California area and you're interested in supporting some puppy rescue, Google Temecula Valley Dachshund Club, and you will find their website. And on that website, we'll have all the information for the Wiener Fest.
Yep.
Or you can also Google Wine Country Wiener Fest.
Yep.
Shout out to all those wiener dogs out there. So, that is... that's all I got.
I think that's going to do it for us today. Spook Show just happened yesterday. We weren't there, but I heard it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's Monsterpalooza is next weekend.
Ooh.
So maybe, we'll have Xander, so that'll be hard to do. But who knows? Maybe
I think he may have gone last year.
Maybe we'll show up at the Monsterpalooza. We'll see.
Ooh.
But I think that's it. Do you have any future things to promote?
Get your Midsummer Scream tickets at midsummerscream.org. And Scarelay has never been great about posting anything on the internet, so I don't know where you can get those tickets.
Probably scarelay.com. If they're even offering tickets yet. Who knows?
Last year at this time still had 2016's information on it.
That's true.
A month before the event, it still had the year before's information on it.
Yeah.
Hopefully they've set that up.
We'll see.
Because we like having people at our shows. Anyway, so yeah, we're doing Midsummer Scare LA.
I don't think we've been announced for Scare LA yet, so...
Oh, is it not official?
No.
Look, I mean, guys, just you can assume whatever you want.
It's unofficially official.
Officially! Oh, I did kind of want to talk about Clerks, the animated series. It's old. It was made in, 2000, 2001? I don't know. It's super old, but it holds up, people.
It was pretty... We did watch it. It was fun.
It was... I mean, it meant so much to me, having watched it a gazillion times when I got it on DVD. You guys know what a DVD is? I was surprised
there was only 6 episodes. I swear there were more.
But that might be a false memory that's developed. Maybe it really was 6 episodes, but I watched them so many times over and over again that I thought there were 42. I don't know. But yeah, Clerks the animated series, if you've got $6 to drop or however much it is, buy yourself the 6 episodes and have a really good time. Because it's adorable. And the voice acting on it is a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of good voice actors. I'm trying to think. I don't know. There's Midsummer Scream has been keeping stuff close to their vest recently. I don't think they've made any major announcements. I do know that Cassandra Peterson is having her like Elvira a
Oh,
section
really?
where they're gonna have her car, the macabre mobile, and the couch, and some other stuff, and she'll be there not as Elvira but as Cassandra.
Because Elvira's retired.
Yeah, and so that's cool. I don't remember what else. I'll have to get more info next podcast. We'll talk about everything that they have announced.
Yes, good idea. And like disregard the Scarlet thing because in truth I have
just pretend that we never said anything.
Yeah.
What? All right. Follow us on Facebook at Tales from the Fog. You can follow us on Instagram at Tales from the Fog. You can follow Veronica at
Veronica Voices
and
on Twitter and Instagram.
We have a sponsor, which we didn't talk about, but we'll add a little thing at the beginning before the music. But we have a sponsor, dealforge.net, and you can go to their website and you can use the promo code FOG10, so FOG10, and you can get 10% off your entire order just for our awesome listeners. So go over to dealforge.net and buy some stuff.
Nice drop, sir.
And I think that's it. Until next time, guys, we'll see you in the fog.
Bye, guys.
Bye.